that's on this call, do not click off early. Make sure you stay on for the full Zoom. For the simple reason is there's going to be some very, very exciting news that will be announced at the end of the Zoom. But rather than me going into anything right now, what I'd like to do is now introduce you to somebody I've now known for the last 2 years, has become a very good friend of mine. He's in my upline. He makes silly amounts of money with the opportunity that he's going to share with you. He's going to do some training briefly, and then we're going to go into some announcements at the end of his training. So please, please, please give a warm welcome to my upline, Brandon Boyd. Brandon, over to you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. And I do have an announcement that I want to make as soon as this is done on my part. I'll make that. And then Simon has a few things he wants to go over. So guys, hope you had a great weekend there in the UK or wherever you guys are calling in from. Very grateful to be on here. We celebrated our 9/11 here in the USA and got through that. And we're ready for a brand new week. This is an exciting time in the industry. This is actually the best time to actually be a part of this industry, whether it's with trading or network marketing. This is a great time. It's the fall time. The winter time is really the most growth besides part of the first quarter of the following year in 2022. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to show you guys some slides today and really what kind of prompted this. In fact, David, can you make me a co-host on here, whether you make me a co-host or host? I'm going to do a share screen because I do want to show this to you. You guys can feel free to take notes. And if you want to get access to these slides, I can give them after I'm done here. Okay, perfect. So, and feel free to continue to admit people in if you want to. And if I see it, I will do that as well. Okay. All right. So, consistency in your business. And this is not just in your business. This is also life in general. Okay. And hold on a second. Let me, before I get into this, let me make sure I mute out.
I can't answer all the questions, right? Your mum will be here when she's.
There we go. I just want to make sure I get everybody muted. In fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to mute all upon entry. And there we go. All right. So we should have that good to go. Just want to make sure that there was no background noise. All right. Awesome. Okay. And if you guys can hear me, just put a yes inside the chat. So I know, put a yes if you can hear me. And I'll keep this up and keep admitting new people in as they come in. Okay, perfect. So, but what really prompted this was I was asked just this last week, Brandon, what has it really taken? Obviously, you got to have vision. You got to have goals, right? You got to have a why. But the thing that's gotten me to last for 22 years in this industry is one word, and it's consistency. Now, I will say this, if you're consistently doing the wrong thing, obviously that's not going to be good. I'm talking about consistently doing the good and the right things in order for you guys to get to what you want to get to in your life. So I'm going to jump right into this. I had a quote by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. A lot of you guys know who he is. He said, success is not always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. I really like this because it's that consistency, guys, that actually creates the greatness. You need to be known as the most consistent person on your team. I know from working with Simon now for a couple of years that Simon has got to be at the very top on the team for consistency. When he says something, he does it. He follows through. This guy is not a flake, and there's a reason why he's made millions of dollars in this industry. And I've been the same way. Okay. And those are the little things that make a difference. So consistency is what will transform average into excellence. So let's go ahead and hop into this. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm consistent. If I were to, have people basically take a quiz and ask, well, what is basically the first thing that you think of when you think of me? It's very disciplined, very consistent. It's the way I've been. I think it's in my DNA. Okay. 22 years straight of network marketing, 27 years straight of working out, exercising, over 1,000 straight episodes of Morning Motivation, 11 straight years of taking my kids on dates with me. even a few hundred training sessions of business building trainings like I'm doing with you guys right now, hundreds of them. Okay. And these are the little things that I've done over time that has got me to where I'm at today. So the question is why and how I'm so consistent, because someone said this is just a part of who you are, right? And that's true, but it also takes that discipline and that discipline, the daily rhythm that it takes to be successful, and to create that consistency every day in your life. The answer is this. I'm not the smartest person. I was in speech class for 7 years from elementary school through middle school. Okay. I am not the best at what I do. I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the best trainer. I'm not the best trader. I'm not the best business builder. I make up for what I lack in skill with massive work ethic and consistency, because work will outdo talent when talent won't work. There's a lot of people who are smarter than me. They're just frankly better than I am. But I know that I will catch up and pass them up because of my consistency. You know, Michael Jordan didn't get to where he was just because of talent alone. It was the work he put in. Same with Kobe. Kobe was not the most talented, but he was willing to put in the work. If you guys are willing to put in the work, go to the chat right now and type the work. Go ahead and put it in the chat. I want to see who's participating. All right. Okay, cool. So this is key, because it's going to take that consistent work ethic for you guys to achieve your goals. All right. Okay. So let me close down the chat there just for a second. Now, I know that eventually I will win and I will surpass anyone else who is already ahead of me simply because I'm the most consistent person that I know. That doesn't make me better than other people. I just know that I'm more consistent, right? Like Kobe and MJ, they simply can't keep up longer than a week or two. It doesn't matter if it's a New Year's resolution or whatever. They're like, man, I'm going to change. I'm going to start getting better with trading. I'm going to start doing the business. I'm going to do this and show up to that. I'm going to get on this exercise program. And not to be negative, but I'm positive that they'll probably quit. Okay. And so I already know I'm going to beat those individuals. Not that it's a competition. I just know that if I'm going out there and doing this, that I'm not going to have a problem, because most people are not going to be consistent. All right. Consistency is doing something regardless of how you feel, because you act in spite of your mood. You become the most consistent person on your team. Be known for it. You don't have to be known as the best trader, the best business builder, but you do need to be known as the most consistent person on the team. Again, you act in spite of your mood. You may have come onto this call today. You didn't feel like getting on this call. You're like, man, I've heard the same BS every week. I don't need to hear this. I already know all this. If you know it, then why don't your results show it? Because to know and not to do is not to know. You know all sorts of stuff, but you're not at your goals. That's why we consistently show up. Okay. All right. Now, often I get people asking for the latest tips, trading strategies, the latest hashtags for Instagram, indicators, marketing funnels, all those kind of things. I'm going to be bold with you. Those things are not the answer, because for a lot, it is a scapegoat for working, for taking action by researching the latest YouTube video on a great strategy to use. They use that to keep themselves back from taking action. Rather than actually talking to someone online, they're like, I'm going to look for a funnel. The funnel is going to solve my problems. No, it won't. Because if you don't talk to people to get them through the funnel doesn't work, because they don't see the funnel. You see what I'm saying? It's not out about all the strategies, the hashtags, the indicators, and all that kind of stuff. Don't use that as a scapegoat for putting in action. Okay. Now, being consistent is going to help you feel better about yourself. It's going to boost your self-esteem. It's going to create more confidence. It's going to help you to help more people. It's going to create that confidence. Confidence, as Ed Milet said, is keeping the promises you make to yourself. So you feel better about yourself, you're going to do better in every area of your life. Okay. Now, What if I'm not consistent? Then start. Stop starting and then stopping. Make a decision that from now on, you don't do things for a few weeks. Stop that BS. You do them on an ongoing basis. Okay, until the goal is met. You got to be the most consistent person that you know. Consistency eventually pays off, even when in the beginning, you don't see a lot happening. Guys, in the beginning, I didn't make any money trading. All I did was lose money. All right. 6.5 years later, because that's how long I've actually been trading, I'm now where I'm at today. I'm not going to give you an income claim, but I'm where I'm at today because I refuse to give up, to stay consistent, to revise, to realign, and to get better every day in every way. Life is about improvement. It's about progress. It's what makes us happy. Progress equals happiness. When you are a consistent individual, you guys are going to gain the confidence that you need to succeed with trading, building, or both. I promise you that that's going to happen for you guys. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I like to tell people is this as well. This was a quote I got a lot of years ago. If you want to be taken seriously, be consistent. See, there's a lot of people. The reason why they're not able to build a team is because other people don't take them seriously. And some of it's based upon the type of posts that they do online. And so therefore they don't have credibility. But when a person sees that you actually stick to something and you don't jump from company to company to company and strategy to strategy to strategy, and that you're having success, people will take you seriously. Okay. By the way, that works in marriage too, just so you know. If you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Persistent people hit ranks. Consistent people keep the ranks. Consistent people grow the ranks. Consistent people that are disciplined with risk management grow a trading account. Inconsistent, undisciplined, lack of patience people blow trading accounts. It's guaranteed every single time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off screen for a second and just talk to you guys. All right. A lot of you have been here on a weekly basis. So you're consistent, and I really appreciate that. I want you to go away now and make a commitment to yourself that from now on, you are the most consistent person that you know. Okay. You're the most consistent. You show up to the calls. You get on the trading calls. You learn the business. You learn the compensation plan. You understand how trading works, all those kinds of things. You become the most consistent because eventually this guy behind me, Michael Jordan, even though he lost 7 years in a row in the playoffs, by consistently working to get better and surrounding himself with better people, which is what you guys are doing, he won 6 championships in a row. Okay. And so by not giving up, he refused to lose. You guys do the same thing. You are eventually going to win. The victory is yours because you won't give up. Because I knew that if I didn't give up and I stayed consistent, eventually I'd win. In fact, there's a guy, and Simon Brooks would know who he is. He was in a company called Nu Skin. He actually lives here in my town, and his name is Nathan Ricks. Nathan Ricks is one of the most successful people in the history of network marketing. He's made over $50 million. And he was asked, what is the single thing that you could say has gotten you to where you're at today? And he said 2 things. He said laser focus and consistency. Consistency, what I talked about today, but he had to stay focused. He didn't say, oh, I could go over here to ACN. Oh, here's Herbalife. Here's Amway. Here's Avon. Here's Mary. You see what I'm saying? He stayed focused long enough, consistent, to where it ended up paying off for him. All right. So as I close my part here, I want to give a shout out and a congratulations to Mr. David Lawton. David Lawton, who I've known here for a little bit now. He just passed recently $1 million in trading on crypto following the educators through the system. Now, just so you guys understand how big this is, what that means is that David has listened to the educators using the services on Go Live, scanners, and all that. He has consistently applied it to where today he's having a lot of success. He just passed $1 million. That is a huge, huge feat that would have never happened had he not been disciplined and consistent. So, David, I personally want to give a shout out to you. I'm really, really proud of the person that you are becoming and for the success and really the belief that now you created on this team. I mean, imagine, just imagine if David would have quit a long time ago. Think of that. If David would have quit a long time ago, now, you know, this trading stuff just doesn't work. I lost more money today and stuff like that. But because David didn't give up, stayed consistent, used good risk management, he got himself to over $1 million in crypto, following the system, and done it right here inside this company. To me, that is a massive, massive accomplishment that I'm super proud and grateful for you, David, and for the team. So with that, Simon, I'm going to turn it to you. I'm going to stay on. I have made you the host, Simon. You can unmute yourself. I'm super grateful for your example as well.
Thanks a lot. Really, really appreciate it. When I first heard about David's success, I mean, we was hearing about David's success every week that went by. But last week, I'm going to say this story. Last week, we was on what's called a coin call. And I know the guys turned around and said, oh, can we stop the recording? Can we stop recording? I'm thinking, what's going on? What's going on? And then Katie actually announced that David had made over $1 million. And we was all flabbergasted. Then they redid the recording. So I'm thinking, okay, let's see if Brandon can recognize David. But we didn't turn the recording off. So you didn't mind saying it. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Really appreciate that. More people need to know that we have somebody in the team that's made $1 million just with the product. So if you're sat on the fence, guys, watching this, pick those friggin' splinters out your backside and think to yourself, yeah, I need to get going with this. Or if you're one of these people that are saying, oh, yeah, that's right, Boom, but I'm not making that, don't fret about it. Don't think, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because what we're about to do and what we're about to launch is something that's going to be game changing. Now, you've all heard that I've mentioned about an incentive. Let's tell you about the ramifications of the incentive. And I know there's a couple of people on here tonight who are prospects, who are guests. Well, as this is being recorded and people will see the recording, number one, you've heard somebody that's made an absolute frigging fortune, and the actual main trainer has made more money than David. Now, I'm not putting David down, but what I'm saying is there's people on this call that have made, if we add up everybody's income, it's millions and millions and millions, okay? But what we're doing is, from yesterday, if you are looking at this business that you want to make a significant extra income, instead of you paying $234.95 to join, you still do, you still pay that. But if you're in the business for 60 days, then you will get $100 refunded, which means that's nearly half price. That brings it down to $134.95 to join an amazing opportunity. Now, if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. Would you like some more icing on the cake? Because that incentive is only on for 7 days. Well, Brandon and I was having a conversation and we decided to double that, to make it 14 days. So what you guys have got to do, distributors, prospects, get off your backside and start to share this opportunity. If you haven't got your 2, now is the time to get your 2. And if you don't get your 2 within these 14 days, I'm going to tell you, you might not like to hear this, but that means you don't believe in the company. You don't believe in the opportunity. You don't believe in the product. You got no belief. Get off your backside and get going with it. Now, you've seen my results. You've seen how many thousands and thousands that I make trading. That's just me, because I love the product. I love the hyperdrive. And I know in one of our chats that we actually put in there, what's your favorite product? Which product do you use? Which service do you use? And so many of you use so many different services and products and everything else. We have got an arsenal of phenomenal products. In my 34, it's going to be, well, I've been involved for 33 years. Next month is going to be my 34th year in network marketing. And I've seen all the pills, potions, lotions, tablets, skincare, face cream, coffee, bullshit, crap, whatever. I've seen it all. I've not been in it all. I've done pills, potions, and lotions. Have I? Yeah, lotions. Yeah, they did not just skincare.
He's like, wait, actually, I was in that company.
It was funny because I remember being in a company that a guy that Brandon will know, and I've forgotten his name, Randy Schrader. Do you remember Randy Schrader?
Yeah.
And he turned around and said he was in skincare. And he said, these little pots of skincare, he said, we wanted the pots so small that people lost them. We made more money from people losing them than using them. I'm thinking, that's an interesting concept, isn't it? You want to lose your product rather than use your product. Yeah, okay. But okay, let's really focus on how you can build a significant income. There's people on this call that I will be working my rocks off with to get them, not their 2, but to get them P600. That's like, let's get 12 people in the team. That means they're going to be on $600 US, month in, month out, month in, month out, month in, month out, to start with. Then you go to $1,000, then you go to $2,000, then $5,000, then $10,000. It's like, you know, everybody gets caught up thinking, oh, I'm going to be a trader. I'm going to be a trader. Why? Because at the end of the day, if you are trading, then surely you've got belief in the product. So why don't you, rather than being a secret agent, why don't you spill the beans and tell the odd person? Get your friends and family to enjoy the products, to enjoy the benefits. If you're making a lot of money, spread the goodness around. Tell other people. Surely, at the end of the day, folks, this opportunity works if you work it. But you can't just sit back and think, oh yeah, I just wait people to come and join my business. Never gonna happen. So to get your 2, you have the best time, the best 2 weeks to get your 2 distributors involved if you just want to stay as a customer. Now, some of you are an IBO, which means when you sponsor a new distributor, you're making $25 on top of the $100 refund they're going to get. So let me make it clear on how they're going to get their refund. They need to join, and then they need to be involved for 60 days. That means they have to do or pay a month's subscription. Or if they get their 2 people, they don't pay their subscription, they get it free. But that means 60 days, bingo, they qualify. Then you let me know, and they get their $100 refund. Are we all clear on that? If anybody's got a question, then you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Wave your hand and say, I've got a question, I got a question. So guys, this incentive is designed to build your business. And I'm on a Chairman 25 run. So I want to get off my ass and I want to go hell for leather. So at the end of the day, folks, I know that I'm a networker. I'm not a trader. And I know when I very, very first met Brandon, I'm going to tell this story. It's going to be real quick. When I very first met Brandon and he turned around and told me how much he was making trading, I fell off my chair. Then I sort of like picked myself up and thought, holy schmoly, really? Brandon makes more money a week than top CEOs make a year. That's all I'm going to say. So you think how many thousands and tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands top CEOs make a year. Brandon makes that a week. A frigging week. So yeah, we have the products and services. We got the system that works. You've just got to use and abuse the system. Make it work for you. Brandon, have you got anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, I think you said it beautifully. And I think the key is using it, plugging in. Nothing works unless you do, right? We have it here. We have 400,000 customers. We have people in 100 countries. It will only work if you do, right? It's all there for the taking. I took advantage of it years ago, and it's changed my life, my family's life, my wife, my 6 kids. I've been able to travel all over the world. In fact, I'm going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico next week for a chairman retreat for 5 days, all paid for. And that's because I plugged into what Simon's been talking about.
Guys, you know, you can sit there and think, oh yeah, I just want to do trading. Fine. Now, Brandon, I don't think you know that when people trade in this country with Forex, whatever they make is tax-free.
Correct. Yeah.
They don't pay tax on it. Now, I know when you're in America, so with all the thousands and thousands and thousands you make trading, you got to pay tax, haven't you?
Yes, we do. And we try to minimize it as much as we can. So you guys definitely have a good situation.
Yeah. Okay. But you see, that's the difference, guys. So you got the golden fleece. You've just now got to really go and share it with other people. And that's why you hear me on every call saying tax-free, tax-free, tax-free. Because it is tax-free. And it's not just in this country, it's in many, many, many other countries. So at the end of the day, guys, you know, let's go to work. Let's roll our sleeves up and let's go and sponsor people. Now, with all the contacts I've got on my WhatsApp groups and everything else, I will be phoning those people this week to offer them this incentive. Turn around and say to them, it's nearly half price. You're never going to get a better sale of the century as this. This opportunity will work 100% of the time for 100% of the people that give it the time. Anyway, that's a wrap. We've been on this call for nearly half an hour. Brandon, thanks ever so much for your input. We appreciate it every single week you're on. Guys, if you have any questions about the incentive, if you need any help with any calls, any getting people over the line, then speak to me. We have got our website, which is profitfromyourmobile.com, that does the whole 9 yards. Testimonials, you got Jason Brown on it, you got everything. It is a phenomenal site. And I know that one of the team on this call is getting hundreds exposed to that site. So I know, oh, and don't forget, if you actually get 10 distributors who qualify for the incentive, that means there's going to be $1,000. That's great. There's not a limit, and it's not first come, first served basis. So if 10,000 people join, happy days. 10,000 get $100. So there's no limit to what it is. Do not be thinking I've got to put the brakes on. Anyway, my time's up. Thanks for yours. Have a good one. And everybody, have a great night. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Cheers. Bye-bye.
You guys.